Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. This is Hazy. I'm starting to help players with lower ranks and analyze their replays. And if you want to be a part of this, you can contact me on Discord. The link to my Discord will be put in the description. And let's get into my first ever replay analysis. So we have a champion on Dawnbreaker. He's playing offlane in this game, and he wanted to know what he could have done better, although he did really good in this game. So first of all, when I'm playing and I'm in the strategy time, I'm buying my items. I also think about the lane, and I also think about my overall item build in the game. So as you can see, we have Ursa, Void Spirit and Meepo on the enemy team. So these heroes want to jump somebody and just burst them as fast as possible before the fight happens. So how you can counter that on Dawnbreaker? Well, you can just buy Axe. This item is really good in this patch, and I think you can buy it on whatever position you are playing Dawnbreaker on. It's just a really nice item to counter the timings of the enemy. You're laning against Ursa. On the early levels, you don't want to get harassed too much. You want to get to your level 4 or 5 with Hoodwink. You guys have a lot of damage when you get to those levels. You can just kill Ursa very easily. The thing you need to be focusing on in early levels is that you just need to aggro creeps away from the Ursa as much as possible, so the guy can't harass you as much, and you will have enough net worth. You don't have to buy extra regen, and you get to your stat items, your phase boot, much faster. And when you get to that timing, you can just bully the enemy carry out of the lane. One thing you could have done was that you don't hit this melee creep, which is low HP. You just bring the wave here, and you aggro the creeps to your range, and you just deny the range. So in this lane specifically, I think you should rush phase boots before buying stat items. And the reason for that is because you just wanna run away from Ursa, and also it gives you some damage, some tankability to fight Ursa back. And with Hoodwink you can just actually kill Ursa. So, and by the way, you should always try to get Lotus as soon as it spawns. Yeah, so here you definitely needed boots. Right here you have the lane in a really good position, and what you should do is that you just try to deny creeps as much as possible and just hold the lane here. You tell Hoodwink, hey, we're gonna hold the lane here, and if they just walk up, we start fighting them. This is not good. If you're not going to kill them from 100 to 0, just don't cast your spells. So this is the 7-minute mark, and the thing that I see in lower brackets is that people don't know much about the timings of the specific objectives in the game. So you should communicate to your Hoodwink that he should go get the XP run on the 7-minute mark. Just tell him maybe 30 seconds before it comes up. And also on the Lotus, just try to get it for yourself as soon as it spawns, because in the higher you go, the faster people react to these objectives. So try to get used to it right now. Now that you're level 6, I think first of all you should make sure that you have enough mana all the time. And it's really important to communicate with your team, like for example with your faceless void right now, that hey, I got my solar guardian, and you can actually show on the lane, and we can kill this meeple. Or you can even tell this hoodwink to TP bottom, so you guys can kill meeple together. Like, this is something that you should communicate to your team, and you should do it to relieve pressure from the safe lane. So this is one of the Dawnbreaker games that I have played. I'm mid lane, but the timing of your ultimate doesn't really matter if you're mid lane or you're off lane. When you're around level 6, you just communicate with your team that you're getting your 6, and you can play really aggressive on the lane, and they won't expect it that much. And with one good stun, or if the enemy team gets out of position, you can just use your ulti and get a kill. So as soon as I get my 6, I start looking at other lanes. Yeah, so we kill their enemy carry. Yeah, and I get a double kill. It's super easy. This is really important. So whenever you're dead, you should look at around the map and watch for some things. First of all, the enemy positioning on the map, and where they are, where they wanna move, maybe what is their next objective. And also look at the waves, see if they are pushing to you, or see if your wave is pushing under the tower. So that means that, for example, if your wave is going to be under their tower, somebody will most likely come and farm it. So you can maybe do a play on the opposite side of the map. Also, in this point of the game, don't use your TP. Try to save it and just walk down to a lane and save your TP, so if a fight happens, you can join. So nice fight. Now that you have won the fight, you get the safe lane tower, and you have enough mana now. So one thing that you should do right now is that nobody wants to farm in this area. No one in your team feels safe enough to do that. It's a dangerous farm. So first you get the tower with your team, and then you use gate to go bottom, and you take this dangerous farm. This whole area is for you. And if you don't feel safe enough to farm those camps, if you think that you're gonna get killed, just push the wave with your second spell, and then just farm these camps. Go backwards, farm all these camps, and then wait for the wave to get pushed to you. So you farm it under your tower. So as you can see, I'm in the bottom lane, the dangerous part of the map. For Radiant, it's this side that nobody on Radiant wants to play and farm, which Dawnbreaker can. And for Dire side, it's around here. So I'm in this spot right now. I will push a lane, and then I go back to this side, because I don't see anybody right now, and I don't feel safe enough to farm this camp, because they are respawning and nobody else is showing on the map. In Dota, the towers, the tier 1 towers, clarify which farm is safe and which farm is dangerous. So if you look at the towers and how the map is designed, we have this big area around this safe lane tower. For example, for mid and for the off lane, we have just only this triangle, these camps. So most of the time, when you take the safe lane tower, you open access to these camps, and the enemy team, for example, we have this cliff, here, here. These are the ward spots that you can ward, and it will be really hard for the enemy to not only ward but also to defend this area. And if you just take this tower, you open up this whole area for yourself. One nice thing about Dawnbreaker is that when he is farming these areas, these camps, the wave, accelerate his farm and not grief his team while doing that. So with your first item, I think Echo is really good. It's actually a really nice item on Dawnbreaker. And for your next item, you just disassemble this Echo and you just buy eggs. This is a really nice item build in my opinion. I even do it on mid lane whenever I'm playing Dawnbreaker. Yeah, so you can just go back to these camps and just farm them and wait for somebody to push the wave. These waves will come to you under your tower and you will be a lot safer doing that. Also, now that you're farming these camps, again, try to look at mid lane, look at top lane, see where the waves are, if they're pushing your tower, maybe if you need to TP. So you just have an overall idea of what's happening in the game. You don't wanna look at these camps while you're farming them, because there is really no point. Your hero just kills them, and you don't need to. You can just look at other lanes. These small things add up in the long run, and these are the small things that higher ranked players do, which makes a difference. By doing those things, your decision making, your reaction to things happening on the map will be so much faster. So here what you did, I think, was a waste of time. First of all, your team is not here with you, and you don't want to be the first guy who gets gone on. You rather your team to start the fight, and then you join the fight with your ulti. Yeah, so now things are really weird.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack. So you can see how strong that item is on Dawnbreaker.
I saved both of my supports and nobody died in my team. You can notice that the play style is almost the same. You take the dangerous farm, you try to save when they go on your team, you're never in front, because your hero kinda works like Axe, but in a different way. Axe likes to jump the enemy team while being smoked or using Shadow Blade or waiting for a good opportunity to jump, and he doesn't want to get gone on first in team fights, because if they cancel your blink, your hero wouldn't work in the way it wants to. Dawnbreaker is the same, but you just wait for the enemy team to go on your team and you start using your ult on your teammates to save them, and then you go on from there. An ideal game when you win your lane and you farm fast enough, you can get your Oblivion stuff and your ranks around 18 or 19 minute mark, and you will be like the strongest save on the map, and no matter how much damage they have, it won't be enough unless they have a AA or a vessel or so much nuke that your heal won't matter. But in this patch people pick like LC, gyrocopter, PA, troll, and they just try to kill you with physical damage. This item is really nice in most of the games, but in some games it's not that good because maybe they have too much magic damage that the evasion that this item gives is not important, and also they have a vessel that which you don't think that you can heal enough, or they have an AA which your heal wouldn't matter at all. Get this item build, you buy your echo again, and you can turn it into BKB later, and you can buy maybe Mage Slayer with this or Blood Throne, and then you can just start your Blink, your AC, your Basher, your Nullifier, and those kind of items. I don't think you need Deso with this zero in this patch. You have much more important items to buy. So overall I think you played really well, you won your lane, but by doing these small things, the outcome of your games would be much better, and you will have your chance of winning will be much higher.